Hi friends. Have you missed my book hauls? It's been a minute. And this is actually going to be a two-parter because not all of the books from my last two orders are here yet. And I figured it would be funner to just combine them into one giant haul. So hi, for those of you guys that don't know, my name is Taylor and I love books. I love collecting books. I love owning books. I love fun editions of my favorite books. I am a book hoarder, no question about it. I have almost 2,000 books currently in my collection in my library. If you're interested in what those books are, feel free to check out my latest bookshelf tour somewhere on this channel. But yeah, I also love every once in a while to go down a rabbit hole and find books that I read as a kid so I can have them in my collection for when I have my own children. So a lot of what you guys have seen in my more recent book outlet hauls is that, me going down the rabbit hole. I did this again kind of around 2020 where I just really hunted in a lot of like thrift bookstores and different places, book outlet, for books that I read as a child. I moved a lot as a kid, so I don't have a lot of my books from my childhood, but I love coming across some of those that just kind of I recall. And I think it's always fun to kind of build out your collection from like young age till current. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open up the latest haul from Book Outlet. Let's get into it. Also, as a fun fact, today also when I'm filming this portion of the video is my birthday. So what better way and better day to spend than opening up some new books. All right, interesting. I'm seeing one on the top that I definitely do not think I ordered. Okay, also hilarious. This is really funny. I definitely did not order this, but my dad actually used to work for VeggieTales, so this is really funny. What the heck? That's so random. This is Bob and Larry in the Case of the Messy Sleepover. That's so funny. I for sure definitely did not order this, but that's really funny. So that's the first one. And yeah, I've had this happen actually in a couple book outlet hauls where I get a book that I did not order. And most of the time I'm actually not mad about it. So in this case, that one's hilarious. Okay, let's just jump into it. This is one that I for sure did order. This is The Weather Book by Carol Kirkwood. This is Why It Happens and Where It Comes From. You guys know from like a nonfiction perspective, I love nerding out over really random topics, one of which being the weather. I saw this, thought it sounded really interesting. Oh, sorry, this is by Diana Craig, not Carol. The foreword is by Carol Kirkwood. And yeah, I just thought this one sounded really interesting. I love a good nonfiction that's short, sweet, to the point, pretty high level, easy to digest, easy to understand. And yeah, I think this one's gonna be a good one. Okay, next, do I need this book? No, but it looked so pretty, I had to grab it. This is one of my favorite books of all time, The Giver by Lewis Lowry. This is the 25th anniversary edition with a new afterword. I love this book. It's so good. I read it when I was a kid, and I just think it's such a phenomenal story. For those of you guys that don't know, it's actually a series. It's a quartet. I did not know that until a couple years ago. I have read all of the books in the series. They're equally very good. But yeah, I just remember really loving this and enjoying it. And so I saw a fancy special edition, like look how stunning, and I had to pick it up. I had to get it. I have no other excuse. Okay, next we have, oh, I remember. Okay, so this is something that I'm really hoping I'll love. I've read other things by Rebecca Ross before, and this is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross with this beautiful sprayed edge that says, I am but a verse inspired by your chorus and I will follow you until the end. Look at how stunning this version is. I've never seen this version before. I think it's beautiful. I don't know if it's like a special edition from like a book box or what the deal is, but I thought it looked stunning. I did enjoy the Divine Rivals duology, so I thought when I saw this for a really pretty edition, I should pick it up. Okay, next we have, oh yeah, another fun one. This is Cheaper by the Dozen. I remember reading this again, I think in like elementary school or middle school, and remember thinking it was so cute. Obviously, this is the book that inspired the movie with Steve Martin. I think there's an older version of this because I know this is a pretty old book just in general. But this is obviously about a family with 12 children. I think it was super cute. I remember liking it as a kid and had to pick it up. Next, let's talk about a couple more middle grade. Do I have another middle grade in here? I don't think so. What was this one? No. Okay. Next. Okay, next, let's talk about, again, a middle grade. This is The Last Hope School for Magical Delinquents by Nikki Palprado. This is by the author of a series I still have yet to start, which is the, where is it? Crown of Feathers series by Nikki Palprado. This is by the same author. This obviously is a middle grade edition. I just thought this one looked really cute. Essentially, it's about parents who would rather use their a girl whose parents would rather use their average magical abilities to study dung beetles than raise her. She's been on her own for years. She's never been able to control her own powerful, unpredictable magic. After years of detention from magical schools for a while, she's now being sent to the Last Hope for Magical Delinquents. I think this sounds super cute. I like the idea and the vibe of this. I love a grade middle school vibe. I think this is going to be a great time, and I'm excited. It also has amazing ratings on Goodreads. Okay, I'm going to just pull all these out so that way we're not hearing the rustling of the boxes. And, God, I forget. Like, I'm telling you guys, when I... Interesting. See, I'm telling you, you get the most random stuff in these book outlet orders. What is this? Anyways, okay, hold on. We'll be right back. Okay, let's rapid fire through these. I got a couple. Actually, this came in a separate box, but I did actually get a couple of the Courtney Peppernell poetry books. I've always seen these at Target. These actually both were Target editions and thought the covers were so cute. I love a good poetry book every once in a while, so I wanted to pick these up. Again, I just love the cover art on these. I think they're so pretty, these editions, and I just thought they looked fun and cute, and I'm not really even sure. Yeah, they're poetry books, but I don't know if there's like a storyline through them. It kind of seems like there is. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see. I love Amanda Lovelace's books that are kind of along this same vein, so I'm really interested to see, like I said, what these all entail. And I think I have more in here too as well. Okay, next I have, oh, okay, When You Lose It, Two Voices, One True Story, A Mother and Daughter on the Edge by Roxy and Gay Longworth. This was a totally random pickup, I'm not gonna lie, but Goodreads had such amazing reviews of this when I looked it up that I kind of had to see what it was. Basically, this is about a girl, Roxy, who is 13 years old when she is coerced and then blackmailed into sending illicit photos, which sends spread around her school. Shame leads to self-loathing. The blame leads to a psychotic breakdown. She starts hearing voices, and then she starts seeing things. A gripping memoir of two battling narratives and a mother and daughter relationship stretched to its absolute limits. I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be sad. I think it's going to be hard to read. But those are kind of some of my favorite general fiction books to read sometimes, so I'm excited about this. Okay, another one by Courtney Peppernell. This is I Hope You'll Stay. Again, similar prose reminder of resilience and hope needed after heartbreak and pain. Hold on, the sun is coming. I don't know if I'll read this one immediately right now. I feel like poetry tends to be a little heavy sometimes, but I just think the otter on the cover is so cute. Again, I just think her covers are adorable, so I think at some point we will get to this. Poetry is like a graphic novel for me. If I can read it in one sitting, I'm thrilled. Okay, next. Oh, okay, I'm very excited about this. Okay, this was a purchase purely on impulse. I read this in middle school or high school. This is the Face on the Milk Carton series by Carolyn B. Cooney. This essentially is, oh, and there is more in the series. Okay, I probably want to get because I really like these editions. I read them when they were like pocket-sized books back in the day. But basically this is about a girl who sees her face on a milk carton when they used to have Have You Seen This Child on those. She comes to find out or doesn't believe that her parents potentially kidnapped her. From the little I remember of this, it was really good. I liked it a lot. And I'm actually excited to have this in my collection because this was kind of a throwback that I had completely forgotten about and actually saw a video about it on Instagram and reminded myself, and Book Outlet had it. So I was happy about that. Next, let's talk about, actually, okay, I have a couple in here with this. Yes, okay, so this is by Sarah Beth Durst, the author of The Spell Shop. I have not actually yet read a Sarah Beth Durst book, but I have multiple of her books now on the shelves. So why I end up buying more when I haven't even read one, I just feel like she's going to be an author that I love, which is why I keep buying her books. But this, I think, is one of her original series. This is The Queen of Blood, The Reluctant Queen, and The Queen of Sorrow, part of her trilogy edition. And this one is a more fantasy style book where it's about an epic adult fantasy series of malevolent nature creatures, an uncertain destiny, a deadly competition, and the family you find along the way. Amazing. I'm very excited about this. I think that's all I really need to know. Again, the art on these, for whoever does her cover art, incredible. Like, truly just stunning. I'm very excited about this. And again, I haven't read one of her books, so I'll probably read one of her older, like the Spell Shop one that I think was really what put her on the map, and then go to those because they look great. Okay. Another Courtney Peppernell. I'm telling you guys, I was really feeling the Courtney Peppernell. This is The Way Back Home. This one essentially is about a tribute of rebuilding our lives after loss, divided into sections that draw on courages of themes, resilience, purpose, and hope. The collection once again has us walking through a redemptive journey of heart, mind, and soul. Again, I don't know why whoever does her cover art, really, I think it's so adorable. So, very excited about that. Okay, next we have On the Wings of La Noche by Vanessa L. Torres. This, I think, is a middle grader YA book, but it had, again, amazing reviews on Goodreads. This one essentially is about a girl who is a Lucchesa, an ethereal black owl responsible for carrying the souls of the dead to the afterlife, but she now ignores this duty, choosing instead to visit her beloved Dante's spirit every night. The two of them speak for hours, two girls in love, tethered to infinite impossibilities, but death spares no one, not even the dead. With each passing day on Earth, Dante's soul is at risk of disappearing forever, and Noche cannot let her go, not even when someone new makes her heart thrum like it once did before. Cute. Cover art is stunning. Had amazing reviews. And every once in a while, I love dabbling in a YA, so I think this will be a good one. Okay, next, let's talk about how I'm continuing to build out my C.S. Lewis collection. This is Reflections on the Psalms by C.S. Lewis, of course, the author of Chronicles of Narnia. I have quite a few of his books in this kind of adorable paperback edition from Harper One, and really I just want the whole collection. Like, I really just want everything, so whenever I see them up on Book Outlet, they're kind of an automatic buy for me. This one in particular is... He examines the mysterious and beloved Psalms to reveal the timeless meaning behind these ancient and cherished verses. Love it. Some of his books, again, I will say fictionally I'm more interested in than others, but I do at some point want to have his whole collection of work and read all of it. That is a lifelong goal. So, love. Okay, next. Oh, we have another one on here that I forgot. This one is Of Other Stories, essays and stories from the author. This one isn't in the same type of, do you guys see how the font, like, it's a little different? Do I care? Does that bother me? I don't know. All the other ones I have are in this more like textured type of material. This one's just like shiny paperback. I don't know. I'm gonna think on this, but this is another one of his where he presents essays that provide a well-reasoned case for the importance of story and wonder, elements often ignored in the critics of time. The fairy tale stirs and troubles him with the dim sense of something beyond his reach, celebrates his favorite types of stories. I think this will be really good. I don't really know if it's a commentary necessarily or if it's like actual short stories. Either way, I will figure out if I like this edition or not and if I want to keep it, but this is another one. Okay. Next, we're building out our Bernstein Bear collection because this was a series I loved as a kid, loved these books. This one is a random one. This is The Epic Dog Show. I think this is like more of like a little chapter book version. I don't necessarily remember this one as a kid, but I saw it, the cover looked familiar, so I wanted to pick it up. Super fun. Okay, another children's book that I grabbed was Appley Dapply's Nursery Rhymes by Beatrix Potter. Again, another one that's a pretty automatic buy for me if I see it on Book Outlet. I'm trying to collect all of her little mini short story collections from her Beatrix Potter editions, like Peter Rabbit World-esque type of books. So every time I see them on there, it's a pretty automatic buy, this being one of them. So adding it to the collection. Next, we have, oh, I remember this one having really good ratings. This is Jackie and Maria, a novel of Jackie Kennedy and Maria Callas by Gil Paul. This one essentially is about two women that meet, their lives begin to overlap. Obviously Jackie Kennedy is the famous president's wife, and she is offered a holiday on a luxurious yacht owned by the billionaire Ari Onassis. She says yes to meet a meeting that will ultimately change her life. Maria Callas is at the height of her operatic career and widely considered to be the finest soprano in the world. Then she is pressured by a man. Their lives begin to overlap. I will be really interested to see if there's an author's note of how fictionally accurate this is or historically accurate this is. But Jackie family and the Kennedy family is one that I'm very interested in as part of history, so I thought this one would be a good time. Okay, and the last one for this box is another one by Sarah Beth Durst. This is The Shelterlings. This one is, I think, more of a children's book story. This one basically follows Holly the Gray Squirrel dreams of being a wizard's familiar and performing mighty magic, but squirrels aren't exactly known for being noble companions, and her only trick is conjuring pastries, a tasty talent but useless, which is why she lives in the shelter for rejected familiars with other oddball magical animals, including Gus and Zephyr and Clover. When a old friend presents a plan for curing the Shelterling's so-called defective magic, it seems like a dream come true. This sounds so cute. This is the type of book I love to read from like a children's perspective. I think this looks so cute. I'm very excited about this. Who knows? I might start with this and this might be my foray into the Sarah Beth Durst world. Who even knows? I also didn't realize she also writes a bunch of children's books. So who knows, guys? This could be my year of Sarah Beth Durst. Stay tuned. Okay, let's open box number 2. It's been a long time since I placed this order, and so now I'm actually really happy because I'm totally forgetting what I ordered in this box. So this has been fun. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, see, they just like throw it all in there. All right, this is, okay, the one that I don't own. Great. This is Emily of Deep Valley by Maud Hart Lovelace. This is a kind of in the same world as Betsy Tacy books, which is a series that I have. This is her foray in one book into her adult writing. Okay, this is about a girl. Her name is Emily. She's an orphan living with her grandfather and is not like other girls her age in Deep Valley, Minnesota. After graduation, she longs to join the crowd and go off to college, but she can't leave her grandfather at home. Resigning herself to a lost winter, she throws herself into a new program of study and growing interest at a local Syrian community, where she meets a handsome new teacher at the high school and she gains more than she ever thought possible. Maud Hart Lovelace's only adult standalone novel, Emily of the Deep Valley, is considered by her fans one of her author's favorite works. Amazing. Love it. Okay, next we have, okay, this one I'm excited for. This is J.R.R. Tolkien's Beowulf, a translation and commentary together with Celtic Spell, edited by Christopher Tolkien. Another author I'm trying to collect all of their works of in really pretty editions. This is another one that's highly, highly, highly on my list. J.R.R. Tolkien, obviously the author of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, other is his most well-known works, but he's also obviously written many other things, one of which I was hoping to pick up. And I think I have another one in this box, but we shall see. Very excited. And, and in fact we do. I see it here on the top. This is Sir Gawain and the Green Knight by J.R.R. Tolkien as well. Similar edition, different edition. Don't know if I love that, but I think at this point all of my J.R.R. Tolkien are different editions, so we will make it work. 3 medieval English poems with translation and commentary by J.R.R. Tolkien. Love it. Next, again, we have another Courtney Peppernell. This is Watering the Soul. This one is divided into sections, giving you this time a step-by-step recipe to heal your soul. Themes that focus on forgiveness, gratitude, togetherness, and equality. She takes you on a journey of understanding that a seed is not just sown in haste, neither will the path to becoming the whole short, that each and every step we find the meaning of watering the soul. Love it. I really bought a bunch of these. I don't think I realized quite how many. Okay, next we have one that just looked, I'll be honest, hilarious. This is Squirrel Seeks Chipmunk with One New Story by David Sedaris. I just thought this looked so cute. This one I think is like an adult version of a book. I think I think it's a funny, from what I remember about David Sedaris, I think it's a funny like spoof book from what I can remember, and even just flipping through the chapters, it does look funny. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll be honest. I kind of just got this one impulsively. I think it'll be fun. Okay, next we got another one that I've been looking at for a while. I love a like heiress whodunit Agatha Christie style mystery, and this one seemed very in that vein of The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. This one seemed very interesting to me and just a vibe that I would really like. So when Ruby McTravish Callahan Woodward Miller Kenmore dies, she's not only North Carolina's richest woman, she's also the most notorious. The victim of a famous kidnapping as a child and a widow 4 times over, she ruled the tiny town of Tavistock, her family's estate high in the Blue Ridge Mountains. After her death, her adopted son wants little to do with the house or the money, and even less to do with the remaining McTravises. Instead, he rejects his inheritance, settling into a normal life as an English teacher in Colorado. 10 years later, however, his uncle's death pulls him and his family back into the fold of Ashby House. Its views are just as stunning as ever, and the legacy of Ruby is unescapable, and questions about the infamous heiress seem to be coming to light. Is there any truth to the rumors that followed her disappearance as a child? What happened to the 4 husbands, all who died under mysterious circumstances? And why did she adopt Cam in the first place? Soon, Jules and Cam will realize that the inheritance can stretch far more than what is written in a will, and that the bonds of a family can stretch far beyond the grave. I feel like I can read this in one sitting. I'm very excited about it. Okay, next. Let's just do what we did before. Pull all the books out, talk through them. Let's do that, shall we? Okay. I swear I blacked out in this one. I really, really did. This is the Quokka's Guide. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I might. I love a quokka. This is The Quokka's Guide to Happiness by Alex Kearns. This is one of my favorite animals on the planet. I just think it's really cute. It's a little marsupial that only lives in Australia, and they just have little pieces of advice throughout it. I just think that's hilarious, and little pictures of quokkas. So, how precious. I think that's adorable. I really do. How fun. I love it. Okay, next we have Lou and Wren's Guide to Geozoology by Angela Hashish. This looked amazing to me. You guys all know I'm on my zoo kick of books about magical zoos, books about zoos, and unfortunately, most of them tend to exist in the middle grade realm or children's realm. I've yet to find, other than The Phoenix Keeper, a book that's set in an adult setting. If someone knows, let me know. But this one essentially is about a girl who is, her ma has traveled far and wide searching for unique animals like dreamy cloud jellies, enormous sunfish, and playful moss goats. There's nothing she wants more than reading about her mother's letters detailing her fantastic adventures, even if, is this Ama? I think is that her dad? Either way, the letters stop. The town needs a geozoologist. She jumps on the chance to find her Ama, who will surely respond to the call. With the help of Wren, she charts a course to follow in her Ama's footsteps. I thought Ama was mother. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong about that, but this just looks adorable. I think this will be so fun. I'm hoping for cute creatures. I'm very excited. I love the cover too. Next, we have one that I'm very excited about. I got more novels this time, can we tell? This is Marmee by Sarah Miller. This is a novel of Little Women. So this one I think focuses on the mother of Little Women and is her tale of the story. Ooh, this one's a little damaged, unfortunately. And I just had great hopes for this. I remember seeing this when it came out a few years ago and didn't end up picking it up. And then I saw it on Book Outlet for a bit less money and had to get it. I think this one is going to be really good, really told from the perspective of the mom, focused on the challenges of her being a mother to the 4 children of the book. I'm very excited about this one, actually. I read Little Women in 2020 with some friends during a book club, so it always holds a special place in my heart. So I'm excited to see how they take the spin of the mother's perspective. I think it'll be good. Next, we have a graphic novel that I'm hoping is good. I have scaled back slightly on buying graphic novels on Book Outlet just because I want to try and only get books that I think I'm really, really going to love. The concept of this was intriguing to me, where it's You Belong With Me by Sarah Phoebe Miller. This one is basically about a girl where she can escape her hometown and join her best friend in the city for an acting program, but then when her audition flops and her romantic life implodes, her entire trajectory changes. She ends up in a school play cast opposite the unexpectedly charming Christopher Sun. Is he the perfect rebound or the worst decision Essie could make? I'm excited. I think it'll be good. So yeah, I'm trying to read less or buy less and only buy the graphic novels that I've read from the library and really, really loved, because then I can add them to my collection, because I'm a bit maxed on my shelf for graphic novels at the moment. So next, we have The Memory Spinner by C.M. Cornwell. This I'm very excited to read. The cover of it looks beautiful. This is a middle grade, but this is essentially, ever since her mama died, 13-year-old Lavender has had a disastrous problem. She forgets her lessons with her papa, the apothecary. She can't keep track of all the herbs and remedies she must remember if she's going to be an apprentice, like her know-it-all former best friend, Gusty. Worst of all, she's forgetting her mama. Desperate, she turns to Frey, a magical dressmaker with a mysterious talking raven named Murren. She uses her spinning magic to help her relive in treasured moments through enchanted threads. But then when she learns the dark side of Frey's magic, she must choose between staying lost in her memories of the past or saving the ones she loves most in the present. So a little like Rumpelstiltskin-esque vibe is kind of the sense that I'm getting from this. I think it's cute. I think it's going to be a good time. And again, the cover, stunning. Obsessed. Okay, next. Ooh, this one is thicker than I thought it would be, and with very small text. Interesting. We will see how this goes. This is The Forager's Spell, a true story of Vermeer, the Nazis, and the greatest art hoax of the 20th century by Edward Dolick. This did have great ratings. This follows essentially a story of 3 men in extraordinary deception. A revered painter, a small town Dutch painter who dared to impersonate him years later, and the con man's mark, Hermann Goeig, a fanatical art collector and one of Nazi Germany's most reviled leaders. Interesting. So I think from what I remember with this, the guy was a painter, his friend or someone impersonated him, and then they sold the prints as the real deal, I think was the essence of this. Very interested. Again, 11 nonfiction, and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, now for a couple very random ones. These are some children's books that I was excited about. This first one is The Verts by Anne Pratchett. This one, and the author, artist who did Fancy Nancy. This is a story of introverts and extroverts. And now my fiance is extreme introvert. I am a pretty solid extrovert. So I thought just if we have kids that kind of fall on either side of the spectrum growing up, that would be a good way to just kind of tell them about what's going on. I just think it'd be fun. A very cute little classic storyline to hopefully explain the differences. I think it will be great. Very cute. Love the art. Then this one was kind of random. I didn't actually know this was a children's style book, but this is Strong as Stone by Christopher Brown. I think this one follows, let's see, a girl named Stone living with her father during prehistoric times. She wants to become as strong as her father, but when he becomes ill, she must venture into the wilderness to find a cure. Story about a father-daughter. Love that. Very cute. Okay. Then we also have Goodnight Thoughts by Max Greenfield. He was Schmidt on New Girl. This one I also thought looked really cute as like a little kid book of just like being scared to fall asleep, having nightmares. The art looked super cute. I just thought this one was super fun, so wanted to pick that up as well. And now, last but not least, we have a very random one. This one essentially is a kind of workbook slash whodunit called The Haunted High Rise. You color the crime scene, analyze the clues, and solve the murder mystery. So basically you go through and kind of figure out who done it based on the different clues and storylines that they tell you. I thought this sounded so interesting. I don't know if I have the mental capacity for it right now, but overall, I just thought this one looked so fun. And yeah, I'm very excited about this one especially. So I thought it would be a good time. Maybe in like the fall time, I'll reach for it a little bit more and see how I like it. But yeah, I just realized this video is already 30 minutes long, so I might separate the next book outlet haul that I get so you guys get 2 videos instead of 1. Let me know, as always, if you guys are excited about any of the books in this haul, what books you guys are reading at the moment. If you guys are interested in seeing more of these hauls, I feel like I've done quite a lot of them this year, so hopefully you guys are enjoying them. If not, let me know what else you guys want to see from me. But yeah, hopefully you guys, like I said, enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to see more of my face, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!